Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Welcome back to my channel, Tosan English. In this very special occasion, we are going to learn about how to deliver the presentation. Have you ever done the English class presentation? And how is it going? What do you feel? You feel so nervous? Stand right? Or if you get stuck? Right. So to be able to do the effectively English presentation, you need some skills and appropriate expressions. Well, exactly, there are many ways that you can do in doing your perfect presentation. So at least you can open the session and then go to the main presentation and then closing. So that was 3 things that you must do. Well, in opening your presentation, you must do these things. First is greetings. So you must say greeting to your audience and then introduce yourself, introduction, and then introducing the topic you are going to present. Like this example.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening to you all. Wish you fun you all. My dear classmates, allow me introduce myself. My name is Ketua Abideh. You can call me Tasgia. I'm studying in Muhammadiyah University of Kudus. It's a good pleasure to be here today. Now, I would like to talk today about implementation to the platform of Japanese learning with videos.
Well, after you do the opening session for your presentation, now you can go directly to the main presentation. It's really important for you when you deliver the English presentation, you can attract your audience by asking questions before you go directly to your presentation. So you may ask something about your topic you are going to talk in your presentation. And after that, now it's better for you to guide your audience for your presentation, divide it into chapter or divide it into sessions. I will talk in 4 sessions, for example. So it will be easier for you, for your audience to understand or to catch the point of the presentation. One more time. So in delivering the main of your presentation, please guide your audience by saying divide it into session, or I set the outlines of your main presentation. Like this example.
Okay, let's start. Let me introduce the online first. My presentation will be given in 5 parts. In the first part, concern about the background of my research, and second part relate to the system which I and my partner are developing, and in the third part, I will describe what I have done, and for parts, we will discuss the future prospect, and finally, I will summarize my presentation. Well, let's move on the first part. In this part, I want to introduce 2 terms, mobile learning and podcast. The mobile learning, maybe you are very familiar with it.
Something to remember when you are doing your English presentation to make your presentation is more interesting. Now use these tricks. First, speak in a dynamic way. So sometimes you must stress the word, and then sometimes you must monotone. You need to speak sometimes fast, and you need sometimes to speak really slow to stress some word or to point. So this is a good way. So using a dynamic way in your presentations, not too monotone. Yeah. Sometimes you speak fast, and sometimes you speak slow. And then the second thing is keep eye contact with your audience. This is really, really important in delivering your English presentation. So by focusing to your audience can engage your point. So it means that you share the attentions to whole audience that listen to you. So keeping eye contact to them. So sometimes you must look at on a corner side, and you look at to the front, look at to the middle. So make sure that you look at all of the audience during your presentation. This is really important. So keeping eye contact is one of the important tricks in doing perfect presentation. And then number 3 is make sure that your volume can be heard to all of the audience. This is really important. Some of the presentation is not doing really good because the speaker doesn't have enough louder volume. So make sure before you do your presentation, prepare well about your volume. Make sure that your volume can be listened to your all audience. This is really, really important also. Then to make your presentation is more interesting and attractive to your audience, sometimes you can try to speak with your audience, try to make a conversation during your presentation. This is not a question and answer, but like a giving a little bit talk to your audience. It will attract your audience to see you, to look at you all the time during your presentation.
And its definition is learning that happens across location or that takes advantage of learning opportunity offered by portable technology such as mobile phones and PDAs. Maybe you will ask kind of advantage can be provided by the mobile phones. Here, I list some of them. First, mobile phones are always with us. Several studies show that there are three things people almost always carry with them. Okay, wallet, and mobile phone. Second, the mobile phones are natural social device. So, they are very potential tools for collaborative learning. Mobile phones are very useful in informal learning. Informal learning means you learn when you want to know, matter when it is, and no matter where you are.
And after you finish the body or the main of your presentations, now you can give a conclusions like this example.
Finally, I would like to summarize my presentation. First, I explained two terms in first part, and then I briefly talk about the LACA system, considering the disadvantage of the system. I designate the new flow and target of the system. And the fourth part, we discussed the future prospect.
And after that, it is also an important thing in the English presentation. Please ask the audience to ask some question and answer session. This is really, really important to elaborate or comprehend your English presentation. So you must ask them to ask the questions. Then your presentation seems to be live. Like this example.
Well, this brings me to the end of my presentation. I will glad to answer any question.
And last, after you finish your question and answer session, then you can close your presentation, like this example. So there are many ways that you can use to close your presentations, but there are the right expressions to use when you close your presentations, like this example.
That's all my presentation today. Thank you so much for attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you.
Once again, to run the effective English presentations, you need a strategy like what I am speaking. So try to apply that strategy, and you will run your presentations really, really interesting for your audience. Thank you for watching. Stay in this channel. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.